Round of 10, Group A. 2022 Hot 6 GSL Season 3.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be going into a TVT next. We just saw Hero again have so much to offer in the matchup PVC. We were talking about how, will he play the same style again? He played an improved style.
I think.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was, it wasn't just Stalkers. It wasn't too early, but instead of getting the +1 attack, and you can really see with the unit comps he gets, he takes an engagement and he's just out controlling so well. He's getting so much more value. A lot of fights in certain matchups like TVZ, for instance, everything trades out, right? You're trying to spread your Marines out as much as possible so that, if they're hit by a Bane, only one Marine's hit by a Bane. And, obviously the Zerg trying to do the opposite, trying to have the Banelink connected as much as possible. But you look at Hero, and it's like he gets so much value out of the Disruptors, microing with a Warp Prism, and, of course, using Stalker Blink. It's kind of insane, some of the fights he's winning.
Yeah, and with the amount of upgrades that he's getting so quickly and his unit retention, how long everything is fighting,
the
upgrades really add a lot to it. Very, very fun play, and I think he is, I think he's the favorite for the tournament, man, alongside Maru, so...
And this is going to be a fun match to see with these two players. By the way, Hero also playing another PVZ later on in this group versus RagnaroK. So we're going to have a little bit more of an introduction into how he's approaching the matchup.
Now, this TVT coming up. Bunny going up against GuMiho. Definitely once upon a time, GuMiho was one of the best Terrans in the world. He's out of the military now. And we're going to see, just how good his shape is. Obviously he got to the round of 10 this season and improvement over last season, so that's a big deal. But is this going to be enough to beat Bunny, who's kind of like the new Terran on the block? Because Bunny, I generally put Bunny about second best Terran right now.
Yeah, he's very modern, he's very active, and I don't know. It is clear with people like Hero coming back and playing so well that post-military you are clearly going to have still a very good career if you're on top of your game. But I'm not, I'm still kind of getting used to GuMiho being back.
Well, he hasn't made as big a splash yet. Like he made it to GSL, but he hasn't done anything. But round of 10. This is legit. I'm excited.
Right. We're going to be going into Data C to start this out, then Inside and Out, and ending this, if we can get a map 3 here, on Tropical Sacrifice. Again, I think Bunny the likely favorite here, but if he loses in an upset, GuMiho takes this. Bunny's going to have a very rough time in week 2 of Group A.
Oh, if he loses to GuMiho, I think he's not going to make it out, honestly. I think this is a must-win for him.
So this is going to be an interesting one, guys. Buckle up, TVT time. Bunny versus GuMiho starts now. All day.
Team NV, Bunny. Storm Gaming, GuMiho.
This should be a fun TVT. Let's keep in mind that GuMiho has done a lot of really alternative stuff.
Yeah.
He had like a lot of his own weird stuff he was doing that would work, and nobody even tried to copy it. People were like, "What? All right."
Yeah.
So I don't know again exactly where he's at, but this could be an interesting one to see because Bunny is very clean. He's also very straightforward in his TVT.
Yeah. Like I know he hasn't really been the mech god that he once was.
Yeah.
I have never actually been that big of a fan of his Marine tank.
Like
he's
sieging his tanks. He just sits there.
Oh my God, that is the strongest thing in TVT, man.
I am
Siege
excited.
those tanks right up.
I've been casting, some TVTs here for ASL with Artosis, but I will tell you, I'm a much bigger fan of StarCraft 2 TVT.
Well, there's certainly a different type of action in there, a little bit more explosive.
Yeah, definitely Blizzard improved this matchup considerably. And so, yeah, let's see what exactly we've got. It does seem like TVT, by the way, has been ending a little bit faster in this matchup as
a lot of people have been playing it aggressive.
Yeah, and, you know, the funny thing with Terran is, you know, they do oftentimes have this kind of glass cannon army. You know, with Marines, they can die so fast, you know, a siege tank shot. Tanks, if the Marines get close to them, the tanks just pop like balloons. But a lot of times, if you get the right setup, you can so brutally win a fight and end it outright. So it's much less grindy than like StarCraft 1 TVT.
There's a proxy starport over here to the side. So that'll be kind of cool to see what he wants to do with this. Is it going to be Banshee? Is it going to be a Liberator? Or, I mean, it could be a medevac.
Hellion drop or something.
I'd be surprised if it was a medevac. But yeah, one thing I do want to mention is this map is so big. Like, I think it's going to be hard for them to kill each other.
You could be right unless they really win a fight early on, but I do feel like the one matchup that has become the grindiest matchup is TVZ, right? Where it's like, you know, there's it's very hard for either side to kill the other one off. TVT, I feel like a lot of times we see some cool tactics and some kind of positional plays, and someone will just come through and crush.
Yeah, there's going to be a Liberator coming out. Proxy Liberator is kind of like a funny thing in TVT. Sometimes you just don't have stuff that shoots up early on in this matchup.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Reaper Hellion is very, very common to see. In this particular game, it actually, Bunny did get a very quick Cyclone here. But it's, I mean, when the Cyclone's fighting, if the Liberator flies in, that is damage. Dude, I love that spider thing. That spider crab, whatever that is. It looks like a coconut
That's
crab.
The correct word for it is spider crab.
Could be. That's a real thing, isn't it? Spider crab?
No.
Oh, my God! The 2 grenades were there, and he just ran on them, Tasteless. And just, oh, jeez.
He tried to dive on him to protect his friends.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to come in again. Wait, what? Is he going to drop on top of this?
Yeah, I guess. He's doing a Marine drop on top of everything.
You know what? Your strategy, not so cool after all, dude.
But 4 workers killed right there? Wait a minute. I don't think that this was that good.
No, I don't think so. 4 workers is not worth it.
I like some of the ideas. The dropping the Marines onto that is really fascinating as well.
Yeah.
Because what you want with Hellions in general is to have, like, when they, oh my God, he's making a battlecruiser. I love GuMiho so much. It's just insane. But you want all your flames. You want all your flames to kind of attack into the same area and deal this massive splash to everything.
Yeah, stack it up.
So when the Marines are being dropped all over the place, if the Hellion shots get spread, it's like the weakest unit in the game. Like one Hellion attacking something, what does it beat? Like a Zergling? That's it?
Yeah, it's true.
Something like a Marine. But yeah. Anyways, this is kind of crazy to see the BC rush coming out of GuMiho. Really, really cool. GuMiho has always been such a cool player, Tasteless.
He's a man who marches to his own beat.
No. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. This is not good, Artosis.
Oh, this isn't how I wanted it to go down, Tasteless.
The battlecruisers. Going to be battlecruiser up. Oh, whoa.
You know what's funny is he's saving his lock-ons for whatever pops out of there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a battlecruiser. I should have locked on to the actual starport. You didn't expect that, did he, Tasteless?
No. He's like,
get him, GuMiho!
Your medevac's going down. Ah. Another one's coming. He needs to get a mule landed there. And oh, it's going to send an SCV out. You better hurry, SCV. There's like 100 HP on that.
Oh, disable. I love it. Dude, this is so wild. I have always enjoyed GuMiho very much, and he's reviving that for me right now.
Well, I mean, this is not going great, to be honest, for GuMiho. I like what he's doing, but it does seem like overall Bunny's kind of shutting it down and continuing to be in pretty good control of this game. He's getting Yamato. cannon.
Yeah. Well, I think from here, GuMiho, like, he has to go mech, right? Like, you can't go BC into Marine tank. That doesn't make sense. He needs to really focus on siege tank production to go along with the BC. I mean, we never really see stuff like this in the matchup. So I can't, like, think of a game where I've seen anything quite like what GuMiho is doing and then be like, okay, well, let's extrapolate that position into this position. And
this is definitely a very exploratory cast for us here.
I do, obviously Bunny's is like more stable, what he's doing. You know, he's got multiple Ravens right now. He's making Vikings as well. Is he gonna disable? He should disable. All right, good jump.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I love that too. Like, look, GuMiho brought 2 Cyclones down so that he couldn't be chased.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're gonna chase those? No, I'm gonna gun that down. GuMiho really is such a special player.
he's so different. Now, keep in mind with the Yamato cannon, we could have a moment where he could just gun down 2 tanks and maybe just force his way into a position here.
Seeing the Yamatos, I'm like, wait, but there's no Queens or Corruptors. What is going on here?
Yeah, and I mean, I might be wrong about what the intentions are to use with that, but that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, anything he can hit with it is always nice, but I think a Raven would be a great hit.
Yeah.
A Siege Tank, a great hit, of course. But, like, it's on a cooldown, so if you can just utilize the abilities over and over and over, it's pretty amazing. Now, GuMiho actually has 10 Marines. I want to see the production tab. That's what I want to see. Or the main base of GuMiho. Because I still don't know what he's doing here.
Yeah. All right, he's going to fire that and then just ninja vanish.
And look at this. Another one comes in.
Yeah.
He's got that Yamato.
It's so funny to see this. Normally, it's only in start.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's to kill the tanks. Goodbye. Now, we have battlecruisers used in StarCraft 1 TVT. We don't really ever see this unit in StarCraft 2, but usually when you see battlecruisers in StarCraft 1, it's because both sides can't really kill each other off, and there's no incentive to try to be the guy that breaks through. So then you go into this mass battlecruiser play and start to upgrade Yamato gun to shoot the tanks here. But again, that's StarCraft 1. It's funny to see this used in like early mid-game for StarCraft 2.
Yeah. Well, it's a GuMiho special for sure. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely decent theory behind this.
No, I like it.
No, I don't like that right there. Well, let's see. Does GuMiho clear this?
I can't tell.
The Vikings are really wrecking. He's lost 2 of his 3 BCs. That last BC falls as well. But GuMiho cleared the ground out.
Can he try to land on the tank and block it? I guess they're just not. Nothing slower than a Viking flying, by the way.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, actually. It's like the seahorse of the air.
Yeah, it is.
The seahorse is the slowest fish, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. That's why you're here, Artosis.
Yeah. I know really important things.
Yeah, you're here for the analysis. No, man, like that was kind of an odd exchange because it seems like he could have known earlier that he wasn't going to win that fight. Is he going to land on the tanks and kill him off?
It looks like he's thinking about it. But no, I think that would have been bad. He would have lost every Viking.
Yeah.
Maybe kill a tank or 2, but. So GuMiho, it really does look like he's going like a mixture of Sky Terran and mech. What a bizarre game, man. He has no upgrades. Like, hasn't started any armories or anything. He's still making, oh my god, he's still making BCs. He has a lot of turrets now to block everything.
He's just going to go for it. Only gets about half the Marines out of one of them.
Well, there's not that much here for GuMiho, so
I think that GuMiho's just going to die in like maybe 4 or 5 minutes here. The supplies are so different right now. This is it's 155 to 109. I actually hadn't checked the supplies in a little bit, but it's like that's pretty different, man.
If he still had his 3 VCs, I would feel like pretty good for him. I think VC on top of tank, you never break with bio in a trillion years.
Well, also, you see that the Raven just disables it. That kind of answers our question, like, oh, that's why we don't see that often, is you could just disable it and then gun it down. It's so slow and
sometimes funky. Really late game in the StarCraft 2 TVT, you can see the battle cruisers alongside Ravens and everything, but yeah, here it feels like he's having a hard time making them get the continual value that you need from an early battle cruiser.
If you invest in something big like that and then lose it and the other players just go in for more normal stuff, I mean, it could be rough. These drops keep coming in here, and again, a lot of SCVs are being picked off here. That's it. He just taps out. GG. Bunny just completely outclassed him there.
Well, that was really cool from GuMiho, though. The battle cruiser rush, the trying to harass with that and everything. But you see the stability of the type of build that Bunny used there, right? Where he's got these very teched out early game units like the Raven, like the Cyclone, and you can kind of parry anything your opponent does. And that's why this is how TVT is generally played. I hope GuMiho shows us more stuff like that, though. Like, I want to see what he's thinking about in this matchup.
We're going to be going into map number 2. Again, GuMiho came with some great ideas, which are always welcome. This is why I love casting StarCraft. Is like, we can have so many different types of crazy games, but he did not win with that. It seemed kind of cool. It was fun to watch. And then, you know, Bunny said, oh, actually, I already have the answer for that. Raven will just counter Battlecruiser, and then I isolate it and kill it, and I win the game.
Disabling, use some Vikings.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all those things scale well.
Also, GuMiho, like, dropping, like, randomly into the main through turrets. It's like, aren't you behind already? Like, what are we doing? Anyways, all right, guys, we're going to go into game 2. Let's do this.
Team NV, Bunny.
So I don't think we're going to have Battlecruisers again here.
Storm Gaming, GuMiho.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But he needs to make it work. Also, a lot of that was GuMiho opening up to try to hit 2 sides at once, and then Bunny kind of fends it off. And I mean, it's not always the case, but it is kind of a general rule that, like, if you 1-base and try to come in and do damage, and they 2-based and they just fended it off, the 1-base guy's probably going to lose the game.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be several other interactions and opportunities will show themselves later on, but, you know,
it's a huge advantage.
It's a pretty big advantage because it happened right at the start, so, you know, it changes the whole trajectory of everything else.
1-base to 2-base is the biggest difference in the entire game.
Yeah.
Right, like 2-base to 3-base, oh, that's more playable.
Good day from Australia. Oh, I didn't see what the, he just sits there with tanks sign was.
I wish he had, then he wouldn't have been broken.
Yeah.
Right? Still be in that game.
Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, we have Bunny this game going for 2 gases here, and we have 1 gas being taken here for GuMiho, who's going to very quietly make a CC inside of his base. And so we got to find out if Bunny's gonna catch that. But you know, command center hidden in your base or just in plain sight at the expansion. It can be weak to an attack on 1 base, which is clearly what Bunny's going to go for. So they've kind of switched roles here. It's going to be GuMiho 2-basing this time, and Bunny trying to come in early and make something work for him.
I think Bunny is actually maybe going to just go command center now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I stand corrected.
So I would look at these 2 builds and say that GuMiho's is better, right? Just because the command center is a lot faster. And his factory is not that much slower. With the, you know, just the travel distance, he's basically making up for the later factory. So as long as he sits defensively, it seems to me that this was a very good build order choice from GuMiho this game, based on what Bunny's doing.
And so, yeah, I mean, it is going to be another slower start here. Again, GuMiho known for going back, making lots of Cyclones and being extremely active with them early on. Kind of just approaching the game overall from a very different direction, which is very refreshing to see. But again, you know, the longer the game's out, it gets harder to pull off these kind of extremely different play styles, right? I mean, we basically have had, you know, I don't know how many games of StarCraft have been played in the history of the game, but, you know, so many moments to test out ideas and stuff. And here we have GuMiho kind of bringing different stuff in a tournament setting.
Well, look what he's doing with that fast command center. He's getting concussive shells and making marauders. He's got a medevac.
Okay.
I don't have any idea what this is.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a concussive shell rush.
Well, thank you. You're definitely right about that.
I mean, I guess he just wants to drop that in there and start trying to hit fleeing units. Let's see how good this is going to be. There is a Reaper with this.
Yeah, he's got 3 Hellions also.
I've never seen this drop before ever.
No, this is different. If he had an armory, I'd be like, oh yeah, he's gonna go in and then the queens are gonna kill everything he has.
Yeah. He turns them into Hellbats and all the other Terran units just kite them and kill them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Nothing worse than Hellbats in this matchup. So okay, he drops upon that, but then Marines get dropped out, which do pretty well against Marauders. Okay, some grenades go down. This is so weird to see. And GuMiho, okay, so GuMiho slaughters everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, a Cyclone is out, so Bunny's okay still. But that was not something that I expected to see. Like,
Same.
Both the medevacs just dropping their units on top of each other, and then GuMiho took it down. Oh, bye. Okay, here's something I'm a little bit worried about for GuMiho. This is the second game where we don't see him going towards Ravens, right?
Yeah.
And those early 2 Ravens are so incredibly important in this matchup,
and
defensively and offensively.
Yeah, and incredibly standard. I mean, they're sort of the Swiss Army knife of any TVT situation in the mid-game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we even saw them used against the battle cruisers. But yeah, it does seem like GuMiho is a bit avoidant of that.
Yeah, they're really the duct tape of TVT. They hold everything together.
Okay, so
that's a nice little catch. GuMiho has always liked moves like that. And this is more of a scouting map than anything, but do you remember back on Abyssal Reef, like the meta where you would, like GuMiho would literally, he knew exactly how far out his Widowmine could get on the map. So he would run his Widowmine straight out and burrow it in a very weird place, and then Oracles would die because you weren't looking at your Oracle in the middle of the map.
It's crazy.
And to see him like with a Cyclone that far forward on the side, he's just like predicting where you're going to fly and catching you.
Yeah,
and
that's
very cool. That's very cool.
Scan over here is going to show him exactly what is going on. And there's a push coming out here from Bunny. Now I see, with the Cyclone leading, he's going to confirm that that's there. But keep in mind, with the Raven, you can disable their tank and they can't do anything. And
very true.
That's how a lot of games go, and it's why, normally we see Ravens on both sides. Now GuMiho's stim is finishing like literally now, but he is in a position where he's. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh, Bunny. Oh.
And he disables the other one. Uh-oh, GuMiho.
Oh my God. SCVs are pulled here. Now it is stim.
Yeah.
Stim is a good ability.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to clear this army.
Yeah. Again, stim versus no stim. Stim always is going to crush.
And he loses 9 SCVs, but he's only down 4 workers, so not too bad. Don't forget he got that command center a lot quicker.
Yeah, I wonder if GuMiho's going to have counterplay with this now. Does seem like he dropped all those tanks and everything.
Yeah. The tank count is super reduced for Bunny, and GuMiho's sitting here on like 20 Marines and 2 medevacs. Yeah, minimum he gets map control completely.
Yeah.
Right? He has the threat of an attack, so Bunny can't even leave his base for harassment right now, which allows GuMiho to saturate that base. There's some good things going on for him, for sure. It's funny because it looked very promising for Bunny right at the beginning of that engagement. And then suddenly you look at what's left over, it's like, oh God.
Okay, I think GuMiho might just end up closing this out, man. This is so many kills.
Yeah, that Sea Shank going to get taken out as well. That is a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, and I mean, this is 1 base, or 2 bases, excuse me, 3 is what I'm trying to say. So, I mean, this is getting rough. The tank goes down again. More Marines are going to come into this. I think that we have a Game 3 ready to go, man. This is brutal.
So. Yeah, Bunny goes down to 29 workers.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess he will stay in the game, really. Because, look at this, right? Look at his units. Oh, no, he's going to GG.
Taps out.
But, I mean, he had Viking tank left over, which is the best scaling units in the matchup.
Yeah.
So if he had stayed, I wouldn't have been, overly surprised, especially considering how he stayed against RagnaroK.
I think that basically Bunny underestimated the timing of GuMiho's stim. Bunny was basically about to win that, and then the stim upgrade came out, and it's like, yeah, the stim Marines are just going to kill everything. There's just nothing else you can do. So here we go, game 3 in the mail.
All right. Interesting games. I'm digging GuMiho's very strange openers.
Yeah, that opener with the Marauders, and the thing is, it seems like his stuff, it's cool, but again, it's not working.
I don't think
he won that because Stim was done and Bunny attacked too soon, not because he got his concussive shell rush off.
I don't know exactly what he was looking for with that, but he didn't hit what he was looking for, but he still traded okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys, we're going to go to Tropical Sacrifice for the final TVT of the night.
Team NV, Bunny.
Oh, are they both going to rush each other?
Looks that way.
Oh, this is funny. It's
these games can be
these
really
games,
fun.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what happens here.
Double Proxy Rex Reaper against Double Proxy Rex Reaper almost always turns into there's like one SCV on each side, flying command centers.
Yeah.
And someone has 6 Reapers and a Marine, and the other guy has like 8 Reapers or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because
we've seen, be fun.
We've definitely seen this hit each other before.
This is going to be interesting. Now, keep in mind, if you bungle any of the Reapers and lose them, that's it.
Yeah.
You're dead. I guess we'll have to see who actually activates the rush first. How many Reapers do you want to pool before you run in?
Yeah, yeah.
Because whoever comes in first should then win the game, possibly off that, right? Just killing the SCVs.
Yeah, you might get them a bit quicker. It feels like there's some hard decision-making on what to micro when.
Yeah.
Right? Because you want to send a certain amount of your SCVs, I think, to attack the Reapers, to make your opponent micro their Reapers, but then you also need to micro your Reapers. Yeah, but you still want to mine some minerals too. I don't know. It's insane. All right, both sides making their Reapers. It looks like bunnies are a little bit quicker.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna find in a second. Wait a minute, neither one's playing an honest game here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here comes Bunny. Bunny's Reaper is going to start firing just a little bit before GuMiho's is. Bunny seems to be a little bit more on top and control here.
Yeah, seems it. It's SCV helping out quite a bit.
Yep.
Putting some serious damage down there.
Oh boy. Okay, so worker count's staying almost even. They're basically dead even here. It looks like maybe Bunny's slightly ahead.
He's not targeting down the mule, which I find kind of interesting. It almost feels like you want to get rid of that immediately, because one additional mule trip might end up with one additional unit, right?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You could just crank out one extra Reaper or something like that.
Yeah, because it really does so often come down to one guy who literally has one more unit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 1 worker against 2. Both have 6 Reapers, 2 more on the way on each side, so that's going to be 8.
Can they get any more?
Yeah, they have a little bit of minerals. Yeah. Okay, a Reaper and Marine. This is so funny. It's like almost exactly what we were talking about. Where it's like this guy's making a Marine, this guy's making the 2 Reapers. So
yeah.
Don't forget the Marine doesn't heal. And there are the flying command centers. 2 SCVs against 1 SCV. We've seen this all before. And yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we're used to seeing here, right? Where the command centers fly over, they kind of swap sides. Now, he's like damaging the command center. Obviously, you can't kill that with 2 Marines. This is so funny.
Okay.
The 2 SCVs for GuMiho is actually pretty big, Tasteless.
Yeah, that's
twice
massive.
as much mining.
Yeah.
Well, from the SCVs, I guess the mules.
Mules will be
scrub that
spammed out
math,
here.
but
So they have to take each other's mains, right?
well, I think you just land it next to your barracks, actually.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you want your production and your CCs to be right next to each other. Okay, GuMiho, is he going up the ramp? He is. He's going to go to the natural, I think.
Yeah.
And he's going to relocate his barracks. So this is a more defensible position, I would say. But he is getting there slightly later, and well, I guess they're both out of money, so he's not missing production, actually.
Yeah, but the mining starts a little bit faster here for GuMiho.
Yep.
Okay, so, I mean,
Dude,
he has some Marines out here.
They're so even right now.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, GuMiho.
Oh,
God.
Gets a kill. Big play from Bunny.
Yeah. That is a big play.
Oh, this is kind of crazy. Oh, they're like in between each other. Oh,
All right.
only gets one.
That's pretty big, though. One Reaper right now is a big deal. Suddenly, GuMiho is up 2 Reapers. And now he's going to be up more, maybe? Ooh. Oh, God.
Oh, he's going to get that one,
GuMiho's got
too.
it, man. Poor
All right,
Bunny.
GuMiho could probably come in here with an execute now.
Yeah, I think so. I think he can kill him.
He needs to make a bunker. Bunker would buy you enough time.
Oh, he's waiting at the wrong ramp.
Oh, here we go. Nice angle here.
Oh, man, a nice grenade there as well. GuMiho doing some great job on this micro. And
okay, that's going to be game. GG. GuMiho
Wow.
takes it in a one-of-a-kind game. Wow. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was nutty.
Yeah. Very fun game, and I think I maybe underestimated GuMiho coming into tonight, but honestly, like, looking at the games, I didn't feel like Bunny actually, like, played necessarily worse than GuMiho. GuMiho won, and that's what matters at the end of the day, but it doesn't feel like Bunny played, like, poorly or anything there.
No. Okay. Well, we're going to go to a PVZ now. We're going to get Hero back in this up against RagnaroK. Man, Bunny, by the way, having a rough day. I would not have guessed he would be down 0-2 today.
Yeah, 1-2, 1-2, and he hasn't played Solar or Hero, so that's pretty bad.
Good luck to him and the rest of this group. Guys, short break. We come back. It's PVZ time. We will see you in a few.